Hey everybody, this is Teyanna Stone coming at you with another episode of Tea with Tea. I wish that everyone's having a good day, good week. This week has been pretty interesting. I mean, for me personally, just I've been like working a lot, like tired. Like I feel like this week and next week I've been tired, but in a good way because a lot of opportunities have been coming up for me. I feel like I'm heading into a sort of direction where I'm going back to the task and the responsibilities that I used to do regarding in-person stuff, which is really cool. I mean, since quarantines happened, I feel like I've had a lot of opportunities and stuff like that come up for me, which is really cool. And now getting back to, the opportunities that have come for me from quarantine and then, getting back to the responsibilities and stuff like that before quarantine. So just balancing the two, and it's been a real blessing. But today, I wanted to send a message out to the United States of America. Um, I guess that I guess that's what I'll call this episode: a message to the USA. Please stop being selfish. Please. I say that. I mean, I say that in regards to the health crisis going on in our country. We have been hit really hard, and it feels like we're about to get hit again, like a lot stronger the first time. And the cause behind this, TKO that we're about to embark on is the sense of selfishness. It comes from, well, it stems from a lot of things, but for me personally, I feel like the one thing that comes to mind is selfishness. And the talk about rights and stuff like that, it's your First Amendment right to hold rallies with numerous people in the building and not many of them wearing masks. It's your amendment right to go out and have a drink and go to the mall and all this stuff. And I totally understand the suffocation of being at home for the past month. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it hasn't been difficult. Like y'all know me. I've been documenting, or at least I've been trying to document my life in quarantine. I feel like, life in quarantine has definitely like pushed me with Tea with Tea. I mean, if it wasn't for quarantine, I don't think Tea with Tea would be here. So I mean, new things have come up and frustrations, but it's not an excuse to hurt people. And I keep hearing about like it's our right to go out, and okay, you have a right to do so, but just because you have a right to do something doesn't mean that you should do it. That's like saying, or I can have the capability of, punching somebody in the face, but does that mean that I should do it? It's we conflict, rights and wants and desires and needs, and we don't know how to differentiate the two. You want to go outside. You don't need to go outside. You have a right to go outside, but that doesn't mean that you should go outside. It's like we can't differentiate the two. And I'll mention this. I was scrolling on social media for my job, commenting on hashtags and stuff like that. That's one of the things that I do for a living. But I stumbled upon this post, And at first it was very daunting to me, but it really hit me. This one gentleman, it was on TikTok. I was just looking at stuff. I don't have a TikTok. Don't follow me. I don't have a TikTok. I don't think I will get on TikTok. I had one, but I don't think I will. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, this gentleman was mentioning that goodness, or I'm paraphrasing. Goodness doesn't necessarily start with, you know, doing good things and stuff like that. It starts with realizing the badness and the flaws within us, and realizing, okay, this is a human thing, and in order for me to get past it, I have to recognize it, and then I can go on being good. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to take the time to really, figure out our wants and desires and realize, like, is this really worth it? Is this good? Like, do you have to go to the mall? Like, people in Pennsylvania, suburbs, PA, what was it, Willow Groves Mall? Do y'all have to stand outside for 2 hours to go to a mall? Like, really? Like, really? Y'all don't need to, y'all really don't need to go to a mall like that. Like that? No. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't want to go to the mall, but like 2 hours, and you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting everyone in danger. And then to the young people out there, like, okay, this virus may not kill you, but I keep hearing that, like, if a young person gets it, or it depends on the situation, but like I heard like long term like consequences in regards to your health. Nobody wants to go through that. And then, the risk of passing it on to somebody who you love and care about, like, no, that's not what this is about. And the thing about it is we're just conflicting our desires with our needs. And the interesting part about it is, I would have thought that a lot of us would have realized, what the difference is while we were in quarantine, but apparently we haven't. Apparently we haven't, realized what is truly, truly important and what isn't. Like, for me personally, I'll give you two instances. For me personally, and I'll regard this to money aspect. I have not really spent that much money while in quarantine. I've returned my tides, and I've got like a few electronic things that were needed for, like, simplicity in terms of my audio setup and stuff like that. But other than that, I really haven't, bought anything. And that's because I don't need to buy anything. I don't need to get that, cappuccino from Wawa every day. I don't need to, go out to a food truck restaurant. As much as I would love to, I don't need to, And then I'll give you another example. And this was truly a blessing to me, because it's just amazing. But anyway, for me personally, I don't know if you guys noticed, I trimmed my hair. And this is like, this example that I'm about to say is really simple, but like, I haven't had my hair trimmed in, say, since like December or January, professionally, because I kept going to individuals and stuff like that. But deep down in my desire, I always wanted to have control over my hair. I wanted to have control over my crown and get to know my crown for me. Not to say that, the hair professionals that I went to previously weren't capable of doing so. But for me personally, I wanted to have that relationship with my hair, and I wanted to be able to cater to my hair. I didn't want to depend on somebody else to do that. So, December, January, I get my hair trimmed. 5 months later, my hair is grown. And it was nice, but like, I knew for a fact that I needed a trim. So I was like, do I want to risk going out? Or do I want to take the time to cater to myself and learn how to take care of myself, take care of my hair? So I learned how to trim my hair. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous as hell, I'm not gonna lie. But I think I did a pretty good job. You know, I look pretty fly. I'm not gonna lie, but like it's like God, from the way that I think about it, God wanted me to go through this experience so that I can come out of quarantine knowing something that I didn't know before. Like there's so many things that I realize that I don't need, and some things that I realize that I do need. I don't need to go to the hair salon all the time and spend money like that. That's just one of the things that I don't need to do. And then on the other hand, I do need to know how to take better care of my hair for me. That's one thing that I have dumped, and that's one thing that I have taken with me as we're going through quarantine. And I'm just I shouldn't say surprised, but I kind of am surprised. Like, how come us as Americans couldn't take this time in quarantine to just sit and just reflect, you know? And I was talking to my good friend a while ago today. Her name is Becky. Shout out to Becky. She's so awesome. And she mentioned, like, we don't know how to stay still. We don't know how to stay still. And I feel like people underestimate the effectiveness and the beauty in stillness. Being able to stay still and being able to reflect, it's so necessary. And like, this whole COVID and quarantine thing has been like a serious disaster. The hundreds of thousands of people who have died in our country, those who are sick, you know, people putting their lives out to help people, it's been a disaster. But then on the other side of things, I feel like we've been able to tap into our humanity. Some of us have. Some of us have been able to tap into our humanity and our decency and really get to know ourselves. For me personally, I mean, it goes back to my hair. I've been like recording music. I've been getting to know my own sound. I've been, you know, working on projects, and, you know, as I mentioned to you guys, like a lot of opportunities have opened up for me. And it's just so unfortunate to see how our country, how all of us aren't taking those necessary skills, and how we're not changing. As I said before, I think in the very beginning when I started T4T, we came into this thing, we were one way. And then as we're coming out of it, we should be different. And it's just frustrating and sad and disheartening that some of the people who came into this went one way and are coming out the same exact way. We were supposed to change. We were supposed to be better. We were not supposed to be the same. We were not supposed to go down. Unfortunately, some people have stayed the same and some people have gone down. So I guess my message is to just stay still. We're not ready to leave our house. And like, we're not ready to move forward and open the country back up. I totally understand how our economy has suffered from this, but it's not worth our lives. It's not worth our lives. Too many people have been lost. Too many people have been lost from this. It's a disgrace how human life in this country has been disregarded for $1. It's not worth it. Please stay home. Please stay home. I implore you all to please stay home. And if you can't stay home, please practice the necessary, you know, precautions that need to be done. Please wear a mask. Please, please, please wear a mask. Stay 6 feet. Wear gloves. And if you can't wear gloves, sanitize your hands as much as possible. You know, this thing is not over, and it's still serious, you know? It's crazy, because I was, what was it? It was one day, I was watching Good Morning America, and I think it was on some sort of boardwalk or something. And for like, say, 30 minutes or so, there was this camera that was set up on the boardwalk. I can't remember where in the country. I don't know if it was on the east side or the west side. And 208 people walked past the camera during that 30-minute slot. Only 4 people were wearing masks. Only 4 people were wearing masks. Like, come on, guys. Like, we can do better. Like, it's okay, wearing the mask is a discomfort, but like, it saves lives. It saves livelihoods. Nobody wants to be sick. It's just so frustrating and dumbfounding to me that our sense of humanity is put on display, and it just shows that we don't have any sense of humanity because we don't care about ourselves. We don't care about ourselves as people, and then we don't care about our fellow man. You know? I implore all of the citizens of the United States to do better in all aspects of life, but especially according to COVID-19, racism, you know, just do better, okay? Can we please do better? Do better. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, stay smart, just do better. Peace.